I remember being at the bus stop, waiting as a kid with my hand on the doorknob, just hoping that a car wouldn't drive by that looked like a kidnapper. Now, what does a kidnapper look like? Well, it would probably a white van, obviously, candy sticking out the window, guy with a beard, glasses, the usual. I would think, oh shit, I better get inside because they're going to kidnap me. So, as a child, we do, feel that emotional atmosphere a little bit more. I noticed the feeling around people before I understood people when I was a kid. Paying attention to, facial features, um, facial expressions, the tone of their voice, how loud they spoke, um, how they wore their hair, what clothes they were wearing, how they moved their body, who they were sitting next to. And a lot of times I would correlate them to like an animal. So, for instance, there was this one guy, and I said, he's a cowardly lion. And then there was another guy who I said reminded me of a slithery snake. I felt like he was someone who you had to watch, someone who would go behind your back, things like that. Comes up for this is, if you're in your childhood home and you walk in and your mom and dad are sitting on the couch quietly, no TV on, and they're sitting with their hands in their lap, kind of sitting forward. We all know what that means. That means something serious is coming, right? Because we read the room. That's something that we do. Our nervous systems remember homes. So I remember going to my grandparents' house back when I was a kid, and the five senses are so real because I can still, when I think about walking into a house and how the floors kind of slanted, the floors creaked when you walked, nobody came in silently, and the house kind of shook a little. The house smelled like smoking, chlorine, pot roast, Pepsi. The lights were dim, the ACs were humming. Everything was negative and anger and defiance. And the TV was so loud. I wasn't used to any of this, but I can still remember it from when I was a kid because our five senses never forget.